Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Coffee with Craig show. We'll be talking about commercial real estate in Central and Eastern Europe. Good Monday morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Coffee with Craig show. Good Monday morning. Back in Warsaw after a week of spending in Budapest, which was just an amazing week. We had a lot of meetings there, saw a lot of projects going on, and a lot of finished projects in Budapest, and a lot coming up for investment opportunities, a lot of development happening in Budapest on the office side, a bit on a lot of interesting things on the retail side as well, more smaller projects. And of course, on the logistics, it's been less and less in the news, but a lot going on and a lot going to be completed in the next few months. So we'll definitely, if not during the summer, after the summer, you'll hear about a lot of projects being announced or actually being completed in a lot of cases. So a lot of that going on there. This week, we are our Coffee with Craig show. Our partner and our sponsor for this week is Property Market, which is an amazing development company in Budapest, in Hungary. They've got a lot of projects going on, and we had a great opportunity to interview the CEO, which you'll see probably tomorrow. The CEO, the interview, and their property or their project in Budapark Gate, which has over 3,000 units for residential. Great sort of executive living, or I'd say even active living opportunities. There's a lake. There's a lot of things you can do on the lake there. There's bike paths and all kinds of fun stuff. And of course, this is on the Buda side of Budapest. About 1 million square meters, the entire space. Lots of office space. Also, there's I think total 12 or 13 buildings, and 6 or 7 of them are office. We got a lot of what you'll hear the exact numbers on the interview, but amazing place to live. Also included is about 25,000 square meters of retail space there. So really an enormous opportunity for companies to move there, to put their offices there. MOL, the big energy companies, got a tower. If you're in Budapest, you can probably see the tower going up, and soon to be delivered. Looks great, and many other projects, of course, throughout. And of course, Market is the biggest construction company, or one of the big ones there, the biggest, almost probably the biggest in Hungary as well. So a lot of sort of backup companies there, and to help them build it all. But and anyway, an enormous location, and it was great to go out and see it and see something so big, and really, I would say, moving the central business district, if anything, a little bit to that side of the river. Having said that, you'll see a lot more about it, a lot more going on this week. They've got some different advertisements even running behind us. But if you're looking to expand in Budapest, it's definitely a place you should look at. Great for your employees to actually live, work, and play there. So it'll be a lot of I think a lot of news on that location, and like I said, the office buildings are finishing, and same with the residential. We got a lot also going on in Europa Property, and what's happening here. We're working on 2 of our big events. One is the CRE Awards, which is actually in Budapest, October 20th. That'll be the next big event we're doing, covering the region. So it's, of course, Hungary, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Serbia. Serbia's got a lot of projects also coming up there. Slovenia with a couple of interesting projects, couple of interesting investments as well that we'll hear about, and a few of the, of course, Montenegro with the ports there, and a few other big projects happening. So a lot going on in the region, and we're getting more and more, let's say, interest from the region, but also from investors in Western Europe and the U.S. So a lot happening there. We've got our awards in. Here's one of the first project of the awards for this year, so they're on the way here. So if you haven't put in a nomination, please do so. I think the deadline is about the beginning of September, so you got a bit of time, but no sense in waiting to the last minute. Also, the week after that, which is October 27th, I know I'm throwing a lot of dates at you, is our CEE Investment Awards, also going extremely well. There's a lot of investment that's happened over the last 18 months in Poland, Czech Republic, even in Hungary, and a lot more on the way. A lot of newcomers, a lot of rising stars entering the market. Just another one has joined our investment awards, which will be some very interesting news. We'll probably have come out in the next week or two. So a lot on that, and we'll also kind of update you over the week on the sponsors we have for that, and the jury members we have, and just companies coming. Anyway, if you've got anything interesting at all, let us know about Central Eastern Europe, whether it's in Poland, Czech, Hungary, Romania, Serbia, Bulgaria. We definitely would like to get it on the news this week, and also into our events. And as you know, Expo Real coming up. It's coming up on the 4th through the 6th of October. We have a big magazine, our investment guide, coming up for that for Central Eastern Europe. So we have extensive distribution throughout the fair. I think there's normally about 30,000 people coming to the fair. We distribute about 6,000-7,000 magazines just in those few days. So let us know what you're doing and what you've got going on. We definitely like to get it on the show. Now we'll take a little break, and we'll come right back with the news. Welcome back, and Winston is on vacation this week, and I'll be doing some of the news. We've got some different guest speakers, some different guests joining us for the news over this week. So some exciting things happening. Savills, just a couple of things here we've got. Savills opened their office in the Tri-City area in Gdansk. They announced it a couple weeks ago. And they're looking at it. The gentleman running the Tri-City area is Piotr Skutza, who's the director up there. And, they've been watching the business up in the Baltic and Tri-City area for, I think, many years now. And also Tomasz Buras, who's the CEO of Poland, has also been looking at it. And, same with us. We see the Tri-City area as really one of the hot spots not only in Poland, but in the Baltics. And we're hosting an event early next year covering the whole Baltics. So it'll be in the Tri-City area in Gdansk. And but we're going to be covering all of the northern part along the Baltics, also Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Scandinavia, and then quite a bit happening in which companies doing projects even on the coast in Germany and in Denmark. So we're really covering the whole Baltics, but hosting the event in Poland, because this is, I would say, the most important place to be having it. And we'll have it up at the coast. So if you are if you're doing anything in the Baltic area, definitely let Savills know, because they've opened an office there if you're investing or developing. But also let us know, because we definitely want to make sure everyone is recognized for their efforts and for their projects in the region, because it's really grown. A little bit just covering a little bit on the clean energy field, because I know clean energy isn't necessarily strictly commercial real estate, but one of our big colleagues and friends, Greenberg Traurig, they just did a big deal with ZE PAK to acquire a large wind farm up there. And ZE PAK, of course, is this PAK-Polska Czysta Energia is part of ZE PAK, and they've purchased a large wind farm. Also owned by Zygmunt Hellish. ZE PAK is owned by Zygmunt Solush, who's consistently focusing on green energy and in his business to build this sector. So a lot going on, over 33 wind turbines, total capacity 72.6 megawatts of power. So a big purchase, big investment into this region and into this sector. So congratulations to all of you guys. We want to definitely hear more about anything clean energy, wind farms, or I know solar's taking off as well. We've got a lot of, we're getting more and more press releases on that. And we really, especially with the high costs of energy these days and just the availability, which obviously in the future we're all a little bit concerned about. So always great to see that there's renewable energy being produced in Poland and Central Eastern Europe. And taken seriously and invested into. So that's so great to see that happening, and all part of all of our ESG commitments to using clean energy. In Poland, it's difficult, but not impossible. There's plenty of developers already doing it, plenty of investors already taking a look at that. Where are you getting your energy from? Well, here's great opportunity to use clean energy in your property, especially ones around this site. Kind of lastly, and it seems like it would never be a Coffee with Craig show without a little bit of logistics. So just another big leasing deal done this time by BIK Park in Wrocław. This is a pretty big local developer, which is also managed and are advised by several companies. NREP, of course, is advising and supervised by logistics centers, which is the NREP logistics platform. These guys have just done a big deal, 6,000 square meters in Warsaw, and it was done by the new tenant is a British company operating in e-commerce, so another e-commerce operator growing and expanding. And that's one of the things that's called JLI Trading, and they have many brands that you would definitely know of, body socks and these kind of interesting things. I think also on the e-commerce side, we've seen a huge jump in this and a big impact in commercial real estate take up. Especially on the industrial side, but also a lot of these e-commerce guys are starting to look, and many of them have opened bricks and mortar shops. So, we're looking at it very closely. And of course, we've developed a category for e-commerce in our CEE Retail Awards. We developed it a few years ago. It's growing extremely well. I'd say this year and last year are years that everyone is looking at it, because it is a part of the ecosystem now in commercial real estate, especially on the industrial side. So we've got our e-coms categories for our investment awards, because it's a big investment, and also for our retail awards, because they are definitely big retailers and here to stay. So a little bit of information on that side, and this JLI, they took 6,000 square meters. And a lot more to come. And I think they're doing their whole fulfillment out here, which is great to see. And seems like every week we have another announcement on the e-com side. So great to see that they're moving operations and developing operations out here. Having said that, it's a little bit of our news for the day. We'll definitely hope everyone's having a good day. Watch out for the weather. It seems like we have quite strange weather here in Central Eastern Europe and in Poland. One minute it's sunny and warm, and the next minute there's giant rains and some big winds yesterday, of course, as some of you may know if you were outside at picnics or some of the concerts. I think that got a little bit washed out. So have a nice, definitely enjoy the rest of the day. Stay safe. We hope that you all will be watching our show. Thank you for being part of the Coffee with Craig show. We have over 8,000 viewers a week and over 15,000 on our interviews. I think tomorrow we'll be running this great interview with Property Market, and we'll see you tomorrow morning for the Coffee with Craig show. Click here to subscribe to the Coffee with Craig show, and don't forget to share it with your friends.